Well, I wanted to let y'all know in case you were interested, and if you aren't interested, that's fine. Just skate away. But if you are interested, and I find it interesting to know that Anne Heche appeared in a 2008 movie titled Toxic Skies. And this movie is, well, it's very interesting. It's the kind of movie that if InfoWars had had a movie studio and they made movies, this might be a movie that they would make. I don't say that in a way, to express derision towards InfoWars or to compliment InfoWars either. It's just basically saying, descriptively speaking, this is the kind of movie that you might find at a place like made by a studio like InfoWars, if InfoWars were in the movie business. Now, having said that, I'm not a regular viewer of InfoWars. I have rarely, if ever, seen it, but the vibes are all there. What do I mean by that? This is a movie about chemtrails. It's a fictional account of an epidemic, a mysterious epidemic breaking out in Spokane, Washington. And Anne Heche plays this doctor, really from the WHO, but the WHO is not named. She's said to be from the GHA or something like that. The Global Health Association. Obviously, it's meant to connote the WHO, but they didn't obviously have permission to use the WHO by name, which is a good thing. I mean, I think if this movie were actually portraying the WHO in a positive manner, then we would know they were in the pocket of the kind of people that are obviously not trustworthy. But in any case, Anne Heche plays this doctor who tries to get to the bottom of this medical mystery, and she finds out through a mysterious, shadowy organization who's been following this corrupt mega corporation that's supplying airline fuel to the major airlines. That's part of the military-industrial complex. Even though that term is never name-checked, it's obviously there. It's obviously a part of the storyline, and so they're putting just to cut to the chase here, they're putting these toxins in the air that's making people sick, and so really this is the first and only mainstream or semi-mainstream movie that I know of, which is about chemtrails, which takes seriously the notion of chemtrails, and that they would have a negative effect on the health of the population, and that they might be a part of a nefarious plan by a corrupt mega corporation and a equally as corrupt military-industrial complex. So that's the long and short of Toxic Skies. It's not a movie with a huge, grand, cinematic kind of feel to it. It kind of more has the feel of a TV movie. I don't know if it was a straight-to-video type of deal. There's nobody else in it who is a name besides Anne Heche, although there are a couple of other people who look familiar. It looked like it was made with a fairly modest budget, but it doesn't look bad either, I wouldn't say. It looks all right. So I just find it interesting that in 2008, Anne Heche, who in 2022, as we all know, died under very strange and mysterious circumstances, that she would be a part of a project like this. I think it's worth paying attention to. What does it mean? How is it significant? I don't know, but it's interesting. To me, just reading between the lines, there's plenty to suggest that, Heche was taken in and was made part of the establishment cult, if you will, the Hollywood cult. She even poses for the picture "Call Me Crazy" for her book, "Call Me Crazy," with a one eye picture, which I show in a previous video, which is generally speaking a dead giveaway that she's a part of this this organization. But I mean, there's no, at the same time, people become a part of things and then they want to break away from it. People become a part of something and then they stray, or they say something, here or there that sounds, a bit like they're not exactly being a team player. And I kind of have to wonder, in this case, with someone like Anne Heche, and again, this is all guesswork, admittedly, but we do know that she came from a desperately unhappy childhood and youth, reportedly raped by her father, who was one of the first to be HIV positive or full-blown AIDS patients who died in the United States. So she didn't know if she had been infected by him. She had a brother commit suicide. She had other siblings die. She had a difficult relationship with her own mother. And there was the whole thing that happened with Ellen, and then after her breakup with Ellen, this incident in which she seemingly lost it and just went off and was wandering around in the woods and thought that she'd met aliens and considered herself an alien called Celestina. Now, this to some people just sounds like cuckoo birds. This is this indicates that this chick is crazy. To me, it makes me wonder about things like MK Ultra, and it should make you wonder about that too. When you are a part of this cult and they have access and they make use of this kind of technology, there's ample evidence that such a thing happens, particularly with with younger people, those who are brought on in their youth. When Britney Spears had her thing where she like in 2007 or so, where she shaved all of the hair off of her head and was sort of declaring herself not to be a part of any of this anymore. What was that all about? What was the subtext there? Was this just another case of a crazy chick who just didn't have it together in the head, because she wasn't wired right? Or was this an example of, again, somebody who had been a part of this MK Ultra programming? And I wonder the same thing about Anne Heche. Although Anne Heche, was older at this time, she was brought into showbiz at a young and vulnerable age. She was somebody who had suffered a lot as a child and seemed like, therefore, to be somebody who was perhaps exploitable, just like a predator, whether it's a human predator or an animal predator, whatever, sense out, when there's the smell of blood, and sees easy prey. I get the feeling that Anne Heche might have given off those kinds of vibrations at a young age, and that might explain why she was brought on board and became a part of all this. But again, in 2008, she makes this movie, which seems to be, definitely to go off the reservation. And of course, in the movie the last movie that she ever made is one about the excuse me, the trafficking of minors. She plays a mother whose daughter is kidnapped and trafficked, her teenage daughter. And of course, sex trafficking in Hollywood and elsewhere among the power elite. If you're still in denial about that, I don't know what to say to you about that's a reality. I don't know what to say to you. But might that have been another manifestation of her deciding to go off the reservation and tackle subject matter that maybe her masters didn't want her to tackle? I don't know. Again, this is all speculative, so I just think these things are worth considering. I will leave the link to the movie Toxic Sky. It's pretty good. It's not great, but if you like, science fiction, disaster movie, fare, and if you're also interested in, given the circumstances, given the context of things, you should maybe check it out. That's it. Thanks for watching. My name is Andy Nowicki, even though what you're watching me on now is my second channel, my backup channel. You can subscribe here, but also please feel free to subscribe to my main channel, Andy Nowicki, which I am not currently on, but should be able to assume the helm of again soon. Talk to y'all later.